What gives almonds their sweet aroma or cinnamon their distinct odor? What if I tell you similar molecule contribute to their aromas and that molecule is called aldehyde? The aldehyde found in almond is benzaldehyde and the aldehyde found in cinnamon is cinnamaldehyde. If you observe both the structures, you can see that the common functional group is aldehyde, where a carbon atom is single bonded with hydrogen atom and double bonded with an oxygen atom. The organic compounds containing carbon-oxygen double bond called carbonyl group, which is one of the most important functional groups in organic chemistry. In aldehydes, the carbonyl group is bonded to carbon and hydrogen, while in ketone it is bonded to two carbon atoms. The carbonyl compounds in which carbonyl group is bonded to oxygen are known as carboxylic acids and their derivatives are esters and anhydrides. While compounds where carbon is attached to nitrogen and to halogens are called amides and acyl halides respectively. Aldehydes and ketones and carboxylic acids are widespread in plants and animal kingdoms. They play an important role in biochemical processes of life. They add fragrance and flavor to nature. For example, vanillin from vanilla beans, salicylaldehyde from meadowsweet. In this video, we will discuss naming of these compounds. Aldehydes and ketones are the simplest and most important carbonyl compounds. There are two systems of nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. One is the common name and the other is the IUPAC name. Aldehydes and ketones are often called by their common names instead of IUPAC names, such as acetaldehydes and benzaldehydes in case of aldehyde. The location of the substituent in the carbon chain is indicated by Greek letters alpha, beta, gamma, delta, etc. The alpha carbon being the one directly linked to the aldehyde group, beta carbon the next, and so on. On the other hand, the simplest dimethyl ketone is called acetone. Alkyl phenyl ketones are usually named by adding the acyl group as prefix to phenone. For example, acetophenone, propiophenone and benzophenone. For naming an individual member according to IUPAC system, the letter E at the end of alkane is replaced by the suffix al in case of aldehyde and on in the case of ketone. In case of aldehydes, the longest carbon chain is numbered starting from carbon of the aldehyde group, while in case of ketones, the numbering begins from the end near to the carbonyl group. The substituents are prefixed in alphabetical order along with numerals indicating their positions in the carbon chain. For example, the name of the first structure is 4-bromo-3-methylheptanyl and the second structure is 2,4-dimethylpentane-3-one. The same applies to cyclic ketones where the carbonyl carbon is numbered 1. Therefore, the name of the first structure is 1-phenylpropone-1-one and the second structure is 2-methylcyclohexanone. When the aldehyde group is attached to a ring, the suffix carbaldehyde is added after the full name of the cycloalkyne. The numbering of the ring carbon atoms starts from the carbon atom attached to the aldehyde group. Thus, the first structure is cyclohexane carbaldehyde and the second structure is 3-methylcyclohexanone carbaldehyde. The name of the simplest aromatic aldehyde carrying the aldehyde group on a benzene ring is benzene carbaldehyde. However, the common name benzaldehyde is also accepted by IUPAC system of nomenclature. Now, let's discuss the common and IUPAC names of carboxylic acids. Carbon compounds containing a carboxyl functional group, that is COOH, are called carboxylic acids. The carboxyl group consists of a carbonyl group attached to a hydroxyl group. Hence, it is named carboxyl is used. Here, the common names end with the suffix ic acid and have been derived from Latin or Greek names of their natural sources. For example, formic acid, that is HCOOH, was first obtained from red ants in Latin formica, which meant ant. Acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, is obtained from vinegar in Latin acetum, means vinegar. Whereas butyric acid, that is CH3CH2CH2COOH, is obtained from rancid butter in Latin butyrum, which means butter. In the IUPAC system, aliphatic carboxylic acids are named by replacing the ending E in the name of the corresponding alkane with oic acid. In numbering the carbon chain, the carboxylic carbon is numbered 1. Therefore, the name of the first structure is propanoic acid and the second structure is butanoic acid. For naming compounds containing more than one carboxyl group, the alkyl chain is numbered and the number of carboxyl groups are indicated by adding the multiplicative prefix dicarboxylic acid, tricarboxylic acid, etc. Let's now discuss the structure of carbonyl compounds. In carbonyl, carbon atom is sp2 hybridized and forms 3 sigma bonds. The fourth valence shell of electron of carbon remains in its p orbital and forms a pi bond with oxygen by overlapping with p orbital of an oxygen. In addition, the oxygen atom also has 2 non-bonding electron pairs. Thus, the carbonyl carbon and the 3 atoms attached to it lie in the same plane and the pi electron cloud is above and below its plane. The bond angles are approximately 120 degrees as expected of a trigonal coplanar structure. The carbonyl carbon is an electrophilic or Lewis acid and carbonyl oxygen a nucleophilic or Lewis base. This is because the carbon-oxygen double bond is polarized due to higher electronegativity of oxygen relative to carbon. The high polarity of the carbonyl group is explained on the basis of resonance involving a neutral and dipolar structures shown here. Whereas in the case of carboxylic acids, the bonds to the carboxylic carbon lie in one plane and are separated by about 120 degrees. Here, the carboxylic carbon is less electrophilic than carbonyl carbon because of the possible resonance structure shown below. Now, as we have come to an end of this session, can you write the IUPAC names of the given compounds? Well, recall the IUPAC rule for naming a compound. Now, let's summarize what we have learnt.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.